Hello, hello, hello. Well, welcome everybody out. I have agreed to be on today and share with everybody. What I would like to share today is using my stencils, which are the nativity stencils. So these nativity stencils have been something that they haven't seen me use before. And I have shared with everybody that it was on yesterday that I would work a plan to be on today. And while we are waiting for a few people to come on, because I am a little bit early, I wanted to share that we're going to be using some folk art paint. Some people have their stencils, and I'm not necessarily saying have your stencils with me as we're starting, but I am saying that we're going to review how how this process is done and how this process is done. Watching from Canada. Hello, hello. I came on just a little bit early today, and I am going to pulling out some ornaments. Okay, just a few different ornaments. So that, hello, Miss Kim. So I have base coated one. This is a big one. They're not usually that big. These are kind of like the size of the ornaments that we have that we market. And I'm going to share this with you along with some gallery glass, which is plexiglass. It's not really glass, guys. And show you how it will go on either. I am also getting ready. I'm a little bit early, so I was just going to wait just a few minutes. Hello, Miss Gloria. Thanks for writing me back today. I was just about to get busy organizing clothes, and you took care of that. And hoping to see you do this. Yes, I know this is important. So I do want to share with you that I will be posting this on our practice strokes right here on my Donna Dewberry channel, guys, on YouTube. And so you can go back and rewatch it there. South Florida, Lillian, we're going to get some more hurricane ones, aren't we? Winds and rain. I could use a little rain because we didn't really get rain from the hurricane, which unfortunately many people did. Excited about this project. I have the stencils. Yay. Well, we totally sold out of the stencils like crazy. And I rushed in an order, paid extra shipping to get those orders in. And so those are going to go out this week to everybody. They should be to me this week during the week. Happy Saturday from coastal Alabama. I hope you guys didn't get too much trauma in Alabama. Happy Saturday. I just want y'all to know I did a slow motion TikTok leaf that I put on my Donna Dewberry channel and I think on the Facebook channel. So it'd be fun for you guys to go watch that too. It's a multi-loaded leaf and just a little twists and turns if you haven't seen it yet. Hello, Miss Linda from Michigan. It's sunny there. That's awesome. And I hope those thumbs go up as I'm demonstrating today how to use this stencil. And it isn't as fast as everything else I do because you have to contemplate and decide how you want it on here. I like to have a lot of stencils that you just lay down and you stencil and it's done. And then you can embellish it some. Thank you for the roses. That you can embellish it with some flowers and stuff usually, but this is going to be different because these takes a few little steps and I kind of spoil you guys so it's quick and the music was great too. I know that's kind of fun and peaceful, wasn't it, Kim? So if you get a chance to go watch that, I appreciate it if you would on my it's the Donna Dewberry TikTok, or you can watch it on my Donna Dewberry's official One Stroke group on Facebook. All right. So these are some extra fun little things I did with resin. And I put this, I just used some of these ideas on these wood rings. And we sell these and the little wood ornaments right here. These ornaments that I'm going to be using with a raw edge. Okay. So these are all live edge. They call it live edge. Alrighty. So, like, here's one that we resin. I can't find my resin one. It just falls. I mean, trucking back and forth with it to my studio and stuff. Okay, so I am. Oh, we can start. We're just like 5 minutes early. I saw it here on YouTube. Yes, peaceful is a perfect word for that. Yes, thank you. You saw it on YouTube? I didn't put it on YouTube. I put it, the leaf I just did on a TikTok and I shared it to our website. Anyway, if y'all get a chance, go check that out. I didn't share it on my website. Say the proper thing, Donna. I shared it on my personal Facebook and my group Facebook. So if you don't go to TikTok ever, just to let you know. Everyone from Delaware is happy to finally be able to join you live for a change. I just turned 70 and have been so busy. Well, Miss Terry, I turned 70 in a couple weeks. I am 70. So my husband and I are 2 weeks apart. He turned 71 and on the 20th, and then November 6th, I turned 71. So I don't feel like I'm 70. What about you, Miss Terry? I look at people that say they're 68 and I think, oh, do I look like that? Sometimes I do. Sometimes we kick it up a notch. Okay. I'm going to get ready and start because I want this to be in a way that it can then be shared on my practice strokes. So you guys could go back and watch it over and over. And so I'm just going to go into education mode. Is that right? Is that all right? Happy birthday. Thank you. Happy birthday to Terry. Yes, happy birthday. Me either, right, Terry? We don't feel like, and I did say at convention, I had 3 70-year-olds or 4 of us standing there, and I said, we are not our mama's 70-year-olds. And we all laughed and said, amen. I mean, we get our nails done and our toes done, and we do our hair, and we wear cute clothes, usually. Not that our mamas didn't do that, but we are, I don't know, it's just different. All right, so I want to start, guys, with the first step. And this is, thank you. Yes, Terry, happy birthday. I want you to see that I'm doing an ombre. All right, so you could see I did darker, and then I put aqua and white, and then I came down with some blue. Okay, so we're shading colors. Now, I was able to just kind of move a little bit. I decided I want a little bit of Jerusalem City there and a little bit like way down in the valley here, So I don't know, this might have been reversed, should have been reversed because that shouldn't have been bigger than that. But I'm not worried about that. But then I wanted them to be the small ones. So they're going over into Bethlehem, Jerusalem, I know. Bethlehem. I've been saying Jerusalem for a long time. All right, you're right. Thank you, sweetie. All right, so let's get started. This is the stencil I'm going to share with you how to use. All right, there you go. All right, so here's the stencil. I'm going to put it behind the black. Okay. There you go. All right, so what's going to happen is I'm going to take my painter's sponge, and I was thinking all kinds of things, like I could start this before, but I really want to just do it with you, okay? So let's put out the colors that I'm going to use. All right, so I use like a blue peacock. Happy Saturday, Central Oklahoma. Still learning. She turned 77. Woohoo! Hey, we got more time in our lives, maybe. Maybe. Okay, so this is aqua. Okay, and let's put out, I am going to put just a teeny bit of Prussian. And this is going to be a different plate than my ornaments. All right. And let's get some white out here. Okay. And I'm going to dampen with my fingers, my sponge. I'm going to come up just a little bit. Okay. Now, oh, wrong sponge. All right. So what's going to happen is I picked that blue. And the first thing I want to do is I said, I'm kind of just like, where am I going here? All right. And I have a mound up here. Okay. And this is the white of the canvas is giving you a little bit of the light up here. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit more. Okay. And so the stars are shining, so you see a little bit of light in here. Let's do all around our canvas. Okay. Now I'm going to turn this around a little bit. And what I want to do is on this top, I did put a little bit of, this is blue peacock. Now you can use Prussian blue and get it darker if you want. It's up to you to decide. I'm sorry I'm being noisy. Okay. Come on, leave it there. I'm trying to hold it down so it's not too loud. Okay, now at this point, I am okay. Now I'm going to press this on the paper towel, take some of that blue off, and I'm going to pick up aqua and white. Okay. Now you can do the top and the aqua coming down really far and then come back and do the bottom instead of doing the path I'm doing right now. So it's up to you, whatever you feel like's easier. Okay, a little bit more white. I wanted the sparkle to show. So okay. All right, so I really wanted some good aqua in here. And when you ombre it, see if you put this and you push this part, it blends it. It blends it, okay? All right, so I'm going to put just a teeny bit of white through here. All right. Now that's aqua, but you know what? I'm thinking I want to try a little bit of patina because that looks still dark to me. And that's just a little bit lighter here. See, it's a little bit lighter. So I think we need that brighter color. Oh, you know what? Patina is what I have on this. This is patina and this is cobalt with Prussian blue. Okay. And this is not what I'm going to do. This is showing you that the camels or coffee latte was a little bit of brown. And then each one of the guys, these are kind of like I'm going to do the other Wiseman. And then I did a kiss tool with a wipe away tool looks like a candy kiss. And I dotted all of these. Okay. So thank you guys. All right. So let's get some white and patina. All right. So, because I want to just change that patina in there, I think will be, of course, my computer screen doesn't look like the real color anyway. But see, the patina gives us a glow down here from the star. Okay. All right, I guess y'all can't see it as good as it is, really. All right, but then let's take, I'm going to push this down again and say I have some blue peacock. Now I'm going to come in here and just pick up some Prussian blue. Okay, and I had used some blacks, but I want you to see that I can come right in here a little bit with some Prussian blue, a little bit over here. All right, and I can do a little bit in here. See, I told you on the sponge, you push this edge. All right, then I'm going to have a little bit because I was going to put some palms from there. Just a little bit of land. Lots of love and thumbs up, everybody, please. Yes, thumbs up. Let everybody know. All right. The whole painting. I was hoping for a stencil demo. Okay. I hope you're okay. I just thought it's important that I do this so that we can put it on practice strokes and you can see exactly how to make this happen. All right. So when I'm done with the sponge, guys, I make sure I do the sides and then I have the canvas and then I squeeze it and put it down into the water so it doesn't dry out. But I want you to know that this will look beautiful on wood too. I've got this on a 10 by 20 canvas. All right. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to blow dry this a little bit with my heat pen, and this will dry pretty fast, but then we're going to stencil. All right. So the stenciling happens pretty fast on here, but we want to get, I'm going to use since it's a big area, I'm going to use my blow dryer. Well, that was pretty fast. Okay, so the first stencil I'm going to do is, I lost my stencil. There we are. I'm going to put this across the bottom. All right. So you're going to come right here. Oops, sorry. I'm going to come right here. And one of the important things, these are called nativity silhouettes. It's confusing because it's nativity scenes and then nativity silhouettes. Okay, let's see. All right, so one thing that will help you on this nativity is that I am going to do a couple of pieces of tape. I'm not really into tape a lot, but this is important on this to keep it still. All right. And right here. Okay. Now I'm going to come right along this edge. That's why I put that piece of tape there, because actually I can come up and just bring white down. All right, so I'm centering it. I'm not centering it. There we go. Okay, guys. So I'm just going to have this tape right here. Okay. Come down just a little bit more. Okay. Now what's going to happen is I can use my larger stencil on this, and I'm going to come all in this area with white. So it's nothing fancy. I'm going to tap into the white. Usually I'm going on the edge, but I'll hit the blue. I usually go right on the edge. So I'm going to rub it into the brush, stencil brush. This is the synthetic nylon stencil brushes, which are the best. that I have, but the Waverly ones are there too, and they're a lot less money. But these give you all three, 12, 16, and 20. All right, so after I get through here, what I want to show you is that we need a paper towel and we need to take off. Okay, and all the stenciling I'm going to show you. The lady said she saw the leaf short, but they also showed a lot of TikTok. Oh, I don't know. All right, so look. I didn't know the leaf short was on YouTube. I don't know how it would get on YouTube. This one I just did this morning. All right, so see, I'm making the circles, and I ended up wanting this to be a lot darker. But the first thing I like to do is kind of put it in place. See how we do the circles? And here, we're going to come right here, and I can put heavier paint down here. Okay, and then I'm going to do circles for the shepherd and the sheep and a little bit of grass down here. Okay, now I can look at this and I'm sure that it needs to be a little bit darker. That's why I don't tape it down. I like to pull it up. Okay, see, that does show. Oops, sorry. That does show, but I'm going to just, you can add it later with just a paintbrush if you want to intensify it more. Or I can come in here, work this in, and I can come right on top of here. Let's put a little bit more. There we go. A little bit heavier in this part, guys. Okay. Okay, and you really want to see the detail by going a little bit heavier there. Okay, so now I'm going to pull this off, and before that totally dries, I want you to see, I'm going to take my paintbrush, and I'm just going to use the 16 right now, and I'm going to take this down. Okay, I'm going to do this a husband and wife project, doing this in a couple weeks for my church group of, we're called empty nesters because our kids are pretty much all out of the house. And we do like, kind of, I guess you'd call it like a Bible study, but we get together and everybody brings a little potluck. And I'm having them come to my studio this time, and we're going to do this stencil. And I was going to show y'all, I have a stencil that says joy to the world. I was going to put up here, but when I went looking for it, we ran out of them at the studio. So we ordered some, so it must not be there. Okay, so this is what we're getting. Okay, so see how I came across here? Now you can, what I did do, and you can do this part later. I'm not going to worry about it right now, but you can put a little bit of this grass in here, okay? Just without lots of color, just to give you detail, okay? Okay, now before I put another stencil on here, this is what you have to do. You have to, okay, what did I just do with my pen? Oh, there. My heat pen, I'm just going to dry this part. All right, the one thing you don't want is see where if there are any sections where it doesn't look like it's attached. All right, like the halo, you might bring the halo around. See if I wanted to add some grass. Okay, I hope you be patient with me. So I'm trying to show y'all everything so it makes sense. All right, now I'm going to come up here while that's drying a little bit. It's dry to the touch, which is a good thing, except right there. All right, so then I decided I want a palm tree, but I want it kind of leaning. All right, now what I'm going to do is either I'm going to use licorice, but you could use camera is too low or canvas is too low. Oh, well, it depends if you're on a cell phone. Sometimes that is what y'all see. I will try to move it up and see if I can. I just don't like to show you the ground. It's an iPad, huh? Let me try moving it up. Is there a place in Canada to buy the Christmas stencils? No, we ship to Canada though. All right. So am I high enough that you guys can see it now? All right. Perfect on your iPad. Okay. I just don't want to see the ground. Okay. So I moved it up some. So now what I want to show you, I can't use this one because it's white right now. So I'm going to just kind of cover that so it doesn't dry out on me. And now I'm going to use the licorice, but I still have my paper towel there. So you're going to see me over here a little bit, maybe taking off the color. All right. Now I'm going to come here and do the palm tree. So I want the palm tree to lean a little bit. So I can come here. I don't really use tape, but tape's probably smart. All right. And so I'm going to put in this palm tree and then lean one way over. Oh, all right. I did this one and then this one. Okay. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to work this into the brush. And usually see it's just the tips that get the licorice. It's not the whole brush, guys. And then I'm going to go to my paper towel and I rub that in. iPad users, get rid of your keypad on your screen will help. Okay, so I'm going to come right here, go left, right, because that gets into every groove. Then when I'm going down the length, I pull it down like that. Okay, so I'm going to rub it in. Okay, now you have to like look and see, is that, oh, see, that's looking good. All right, so I can still put some of this ground here, right? You see that? And I'm going to match these up in a few minutes. Now, one thing, that's why these heat pens are so good. One thing is I can heat this. Right. See, I just touched that stencil that way. Okay, so then I'm going to bring this one and I'm going to lean it over. See that? I did use the big one, not the little one. But this is where I want you to make this yours. So if you want smaller palms or if you want big palms. Now, what's good about these brushes that they don't fan out and go into the other areas. See that? I can do right next to the small one and it's not going to take over. You see it? I can keep it concentrated right there. All right. So see? All right. Now I can let that dry for a few minutes and then move over here. Now, one thing that's a little trick, if you're moving around and you just got through stenciling with part of this, I'm going to lay this here so that where that wet palm tree is, it won't touch it. But I want to, or maybe I should just go like this really quick. Okay. Okay. And then we're going to move down here. Now, what I did put is I put a couple little palms down here. All right, actually I did it this way. So you flip the canvas and we're going to have those right here on the bottom. You see that? Right here. I just thought it's really good for me to show you how the entire, and what I will do is do the separate ornaments so that you can just watch one or the other when I post it. Okay, and here's a smaller one. Now I use the leftover stencil paint that's on that brush. And there you go. All right. So, but that probably wasn't too smart because you know what I did? This is good. I can show you what to do if it doesn't turn out like you want it. All right. So I can come along here and move this out. But what I did was I let this come in here and there was too much paint on my brush. So I just want to take off a little bit of where I smeared it with just a wet brush, okay? And I don't know why it didn't give me. Oh, I must have come in here and added another one. Okay. So you can just add some if you want. So this should look like it's like way back. All right, that's what I wanted you to see. All right, and then what I did do here, just to show you, because I'm showing you how I would make this happen. These are little branches and little twigs. Okay, you can use a script liner, or this is a little 8 flat. Okay. Now I do want to have the camels right underneath this. So you want these to feel like they're really close. Okay. And that's the beauty of this little heat pin. It goes right to the spot and gets me what I want. Okay, now let's come back here. Let's look at our camels. We want them going this way. All right, so let's put these little guys, and I'm going to put them a little bit here because they're way in the distance, all right? And let's take this stencil brush again. Come here and rub it, rub it, rub it. Okay. And I'm going left, right, and see how the little legs, all the tail, all the little detail. If you sit there and drew those or tried to paint all that little detail, I'm sorry, it would make me kind of crazy. So I want you to see, I made it so that you can see it and do it pretty easily. All right, but then I wanted to come right under here and just do a silhouette, a shadow from the stars, okay, from the big star there. He said shepherds in the fields and all kinds of people knew that Christ was coming. And so when they saw it, they followed the star. That's why you would see shepherds and animals and all coming to it. All right. Now let's go to over here to Jerusalem. And I think I can, I don't know, see when I move it like this, I don't want to hit. I guess I can lift it up so it doesn't hit. I'm going to come right here and put it along right there. See, I can hold it up or I can dry that real quick. All I'm having to dry is the shadows. It makes a difference having the shadow or not having the shadow, but y'all saw how easy that was. All right. Jesus did come from everybody. We're getting a scriptural lesson, aren't we? This is such a great gift, and it's something that people will love. Oops, I don't use black now. Sorry. They'll use it for decorations in their home for the holidays and buy them for gifts for people who do observe it. All right, so these are the colors I use. I came in here with a little bit of, let's use a little bit of aqua and peacock, okay? And I didn't clean this off. I might regret it, but there isn't a lot of little detail right here. So I just messed that up now. All right, see when there's a tall thing like that, make sure you go up and down. All right. Now then I want to come down, and so the next one, see, I have to have put blue here, or it won't look like it was part. Okay, so then I'm going to come right here, and let me show you what I did here. I'm going to put this, wipe off this brush, and pick up a little bit of patina. All right, so I got to try to get some of the black off. So I'm wiping it on the dry paper towel. All right, and then I can come in here. All right, so I just basically just came across here. Like you can tap it. So that's the two ways you can go. You can make circles or you can tap. So think about that, okay? Now I wanted this to be more. So what I did was I lifted this and I wanted to make more across. So I just extended it. Oh, this is what I did. It's been since July, so see, this is what happens. See, by not cleaning this off, and it's not quite dry, then that will happen. All right, so I'm going to come right across here, and we can do a little bit more, and I'm going to stage it up a little bit, and I'll show you why. All right, kind of make it straight, though. Okay, so see that? This is a good example of what to do. Let me show you what happens here. I did not have a good load on that brush, so I must have not cleaned it up right. So let me show you what happens. I can take and clean that again. There we go. Now let's put it back here. And I wanted to just move it up slightly from down there so it looks like two levels of city. Okay. Now this is what I recommend. If I'm doing multiples for shows or gifts or whatever, you want to do this and you don't have to keep drying. You need a place to, I need to place an order. Oh, okay, Melissa, please get with me, okay? So then this is what I want to share with you, is that I want you to think about when you do this color, when you get through with this, if you do two others, by the time you come back, that will be dry, and then you can do those and do the other three. I would do 3 at a time if I was making these, just because unless you're just a novice and you just want to do it for yourself, that's great too. But I just want you to see, if you were producing to sell, I like to make sure that I can do it as I go. And then by the time I get back to it to do the last little touch-ups and features, that I am ready. Okay. So there again, remember I told you could clean off the stencil. You don't want it on top of your piece, but you can come right in here. All right. And I'm going to lay it back here because I need another coat with a teeny bit of white in it. That's patina, and I put a teeny bit of white. Okay. So now, see, I just did it in stages this time instead of straight. And now what's going to happen, guys, is you have to put the windows. And basically, it's done, the windows and the stars. except for embellishing. Okay, so let's come here, and that's how this was. So that means I'm just going to stage up and put the windows inside of Jerusalem. Okay, so I wanted them, you're going to line up, and you can see through the stencil to make sure that you line up everything. Like this is the top, that dot, and that dot's at the top. Okay, so then this is when I use licorice. Okay, with the same brush. Put it up here again. Okay, but then remember we need the paper towel because we got to take it off because this is a real delicate area that we're doing. So why don't I just take the black, the licorice on my 12 because this is real petite. All right, so I'm going to very carefully come here and put the windows. I did have them all at the same time, and I came back and said, take them out, and then we'll put them back in. Okay, so see, there's the little windows inside there. All right, and then I'm going to come down here to the little guys, right? So then I'm going to move this over, and that goes on the top of that building and on the top of this building. So you just barely go above it. So you can tape away so you don't hit anything else, but with these brushes, you're able to kind of do it where it's pretty good. And then I flipped it, remember? So because I flip it, I've got to wipe off this as this side. Okay, and then I can flip it over. And then I'm going to there again. Where are the buildings? You start with that dot on top of that building and that dot on top of that building. And you can see through the stencils to do that, okay, guys? Now this, like I said, this is different than any other stencil I sell, but it was worth it because when I've tried to do ornaments or details like this, and I spend so much time, I'm just like, I'm never going to do that again. So I want you to see when you're doing this and you do 3 at a time, you're going to go, oh, that was not bad at all. Okay. All right. Now let me show you what happens. I'm going to cover these stencil brushes so they don't dry out because I want to use them again. Because if you wet them, then you have to totally dry them before you can go again. All right. Now let's get a little strip liner because, oh, one more. One more is the other nativity. Okay, this is the nativity scenes. And let me show you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to, are y'all with me still? Okay. I'm going to go right here and put the star. All right. So I want the star right here straight over wherever Jesus is. Where did I touch that? Oh, did y'all see that? Darn it. All right, that's when I'm going to splatter. All right, so I can even just take a paintbrush on this and pick up the white on a dry paintbrush and pull it. Or you can stencil if you want it absolutely perfect. Okay, so let me show you what happens here. All right. Okay, I think I'm going to grab a little angle brush. All right, so see, I touched the stencil into the white paint and then I laid it there and didn't see that. All right, so this is, I'm going to actually lift this up so I can do it. I'm going to come right like this and like this. Okay, I want it to look big. Okay, so you take your little finger and you're pulling. You're pulling. All right, I can put a little heavier right there. it's the Star of David. So I make it a little bit stronger and bigger. I wanted it to really stand out. But I wanted it also, if we wanted it small. Okay. You like this? I did it for all you guys who asked for it. Thank you for being happy that I did it. Okay, so see, you want to pull really loose. You can use your script liner to pull, but this is an angle brush, and I'm using the toe. All right. Hello, you're loving it. Thank you, Vicki. All right. So hopefully this inspires you, and you didn't have to pay for the lesson. Okay, so there we go. Now I did take some of the metallic stuff and take it on down a little bit. And here, it's up to you. All right. Now what we do need to do over here is I did take, floating medium. Where are we? I'm almost done with this one, and then we will start the next one. Oh, I know, a new hurricane. Well, we're supposed to be getting tropical storms. We'll hope that's what it is, and we'll just get some rain, maybe that we might need it. All right, so I want you to see, I'm going to take a little bit of licorice, and he blesses us with all things for some reason, right? Okay, so I'm going to come across here. I did have a little bit of this going into there. And then I needed a little bit of blue underneath here. Remember that building didn't come down enough. Okay. All right. So one thing that I did do is with a script liner, guys. And you can decide. I don't know where I got that white, but it's there. It's there now too. Okay. See, that's why I need to splatter. I would super chat you right now if I could. Oh, I know. Give a gift. Oh, I get it. You're so sweet. All right. This is my gift to you guys. I'm blessed. God's been really good. Taking care of my family in North Carolina. They called me and I cry. Every time they call, I cry. They said that they had 3 miracles yesterday. How beautiful is that? 3 miracles. Hopefully today they're turning their power on. They reset a power pole. All right, so now watch what I'm going to do here. All right, I'm going to come right here and I'm going to go 1, 2. My problem is I didn't sleep well last night, so I drank caffeine this morning. Having a Diet Coke with caffeine is not good for my shakes. All right, so I just kind of came along here. I don't even need to look. I don't know why I'm looking now. It's just I went around and I put a few little details because it kind of makes it come alive, right? Okay. You see that? A little bit of the building here. Right there. You see how that kind of gives you more reality there? Okay, so now look what I did on this. I am coming right in here and I decided there are palm trees, but I wanted some little palm trees back here. And so I just kind of put a couple in here. Okay. And And if you want this to be a forever, you can even do this canvas with resin. And George has showed you how to put the foam core board in the back and pour these in resins on canvases. So it's kind of cool. Oh, guess what I used on this? I used my baby rake brushes. Where are they? Those little teeny fun little rake brushes. And let's see. No, I have them in the other room. This is me. All right, use your baby rake brushes. Okay, pretend I did. All right, it makes it really easy here because you're just taking the rake brush and coming across here and it looks like a palm frond, right? So I just put those on here. I will go back and touch this afterwards with the rake because it's a perfect little palm tree. Okay, all right. And I did put some itty bitty ones down here. All right, so now watch how I do this. You got to have a loose movement, okay? Let's get a little bit more water. All right, so we're coming along here. They told them that they were going to double the death count by the time they find all the people in the mountains up there that by then that nobody can find, like all those teachers and stuff that are just missing. So look, just kind of come in here and do a little bit of detail. All right, so this is a building. It's kind of like the same as the building above it, but any little bit of roof and detail will make this look realistic, okay, guys? All right, so what I did here is I came in front and did a little bit of grass or bushes or whatever you want to call them. All right, and then out here, I put a palm here and a palm here, but I want them a lot shorter because they're down kind of in a valley there. And this was the big one on the hill. And then you're just going to take and do a few little palm fronds here. All right, and the little rake brushes do this beautiful. I've used it on a couple canvases. All right, so there we go. Now, you ready? You can shadow darker around here if you want to. But what I did was I take and I brushed on glitter first. So I brought some glitter here to show you. All right, there's two things I used. All right, now I use this dragonfly glaze, only if you want to, okay, guys? But wait a minute. Don't get ahead of yourself, please. You know, it would look good too to put some light highlights, like lights in there, but really they're probably all asleep at that point. But this is one of the dragonfly glazes. They all look kind of cool. And I want you to see where I have it. Now, see, I did it. You can see the dragonfly glaze on here. Oh, I did some dark shadowing in here. And I even put it on some of the buildings that are way back and across the camel. All right, so that's what I started with. All right, so I'm going to put some gray on there later, maybe. All right, so look, I'm going to come across here because I wanted them to glow. Okay, you just go across here and a little bit in here. Okay, and so we want that light. So we're going to come down. I like doing the rays like this because the glitter we'll make it, it's not glitter, but the glaze. There you go. See how you'll see that? Y'all might not see it on the camera, but I did go across the camels and not really the palm trees, but I did go across these buildings and Bethlehem here. These are outside of Bethlehem. Maybe that's Jerusalem, way over there. All right. So I did go on the star here, but I wanted it to go down on the nativity in front. So this is what I did first, and then I said, is it enough? And that's when I did more. Okay, so see that? All right. Okay. Now, then what I want to do, that just dries. That's a glaze. It's not like the glorific and stuff. Let's see. All right, so this comes out. There's all kinds of glitterific. So this one is iridescent. The one I use is dots because I wanted it to be like stars. But I mean, there actually probably is one with stars. Actually, that looks like a star in there. What's that? No, those are just round. They're called dots, glitterific dots. Okay, so, and this, that wasn't, oh, here. This is the one I use. This one is red, violet with blues on here, but I use some of the others too. There's all kinds. They all give you a good look. All right, so then I want you to see that you can use your brush. Let's get a stiffer brush. All right, so I can come across here and I just drag it across. I was showing y'all yesterday the silicone spreaders, which I guess they discontinued. I needed to use them more, and then they would have seen that they would stay selling. So I think if you can get any kind of wipe away tool or something, or I can use my palette knife. Let me do that because I don't want to get more confusion. All right, where am I? Okay, let's use one of my palette knives. And you might have a plastic palette knife that you can use. See, you can just make it come across. And it's really glaring from the beautiful star, right? You like? That makes me happy when you guys like it. All right, because you want it like all the stars in the sky, but this one's going to be the major one. So I put a little bit more heavy in the center. Okay. And all that looks so much better when you see the reflection. Okay. And now the very last thing is we're going to put white here. Saturday, 5% is gorgeous. I'll show the rest later. Okay. I'll watch the rest later. Okay. All right. So it shows that you only have 5%. Oh, the Christmas stencils, onestroke.com. Onestroke.com. This is a silhouette. And then I'm going to show you guys a little bit later, or either on the next segment. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, it will be on. It's called Nativity Scenes. This is silhouettes. So you have to do it in the order that I did. The glaze is going on everything behind. Then you want a palette knife. I have sets of plastic palette knives too that are good. if you don't have my palette knives. All right, and then, okay, and then you would put on the white flakes. All right. Okay, well, guess what I did? I didn't put the white flakes down in here at all, a little few, but I like them in there too. It's kind of fun. It's just like the story light. But let me show you though, if you don't like that, you have to take a paper towel and you go just like this. Because on the beach sometimes in the sand, people don't want the little splatters of sand I do. They don't want it in the ocean. So then you can just wet it and take it off in that area. I can leave a little bit. So see this? I can go right in here with the water and take it off to the camel. See that? All right, and then you just take and wipe it if you want to. You can leave it if you see, dab, because this paint, we've been drying it as we go. Okay, there we go. All right. Now I'm going to sign this. And just remember, you can put a little bit of glaze in here if you want to, or look, you can put some whites. See, you can see that in there. A few extra lines in there. So it looks like. Alrighty. And I'm going to sign it. And then, there you go. OneStroke.com is called Nativity Silhouettes. All right, glitterific and dragonfly glaze. All right, so I'm going to put that to the side. All right, guys. Now, just remember those are the two other pieces. I use the same stencil and just put colors instead of white. And I did this one white with gold. All right. Now I'm going to put those to the side. And now we're going to do the nativities. All right. So what I did do is I want to show you two. All right. So they're all done the same, but I'm going to show you how I put this on here. And then the hardest one, I'm going to do this on here, but the one that's a little bit more complex is the Wiseman. So I want to do the Wiseman on here, and then I'll show you the simple version. These are the same kind of, and this is one stencil where you stencil all the colors on, and then whatever space that the stencil shows you. Okay, so I already base coated this with Prussian blue, so it's at night. All right, so these are the next stencil that I'm sharing with you guys. Let me put the black behind it. This is the stencil scenes. So it's the family, the animals, the wise men. Oh, there's two for the animals. I'm sorry, I was wrong. There's two. And this comes in with the second color on top. And then this is a shepherd. Those are all two. Okay. But this one does take three. So I thought that's a little bit more tricky. So I'll show you this. All right. Yes. I know you guys asked. And so here I am. All right. So I'm going to put this one above. Let's put some tape and hold it up there. So it covers my nasty table too, guys. All right. So I'm glad you're on and y'all are wanting to watch this if you're on my YouTube channel. And you're doing practice strokes right now. So let's bring it right there. But I am doing a live right now so everybody can see. This is with the resin. And so if you use one of the packages of resin, it takes like 3 minutes to stir them. You put the two of them together. Everything's in here. And then you mount these up above cups on, like, tape a cup to the bottom. And then you pour it and let it drip over the edge. Okay. So on our website, we have these rounds, perfect for you to do this. And we have the bigger rounds. I was showing you some of the other things that we've done. Okay. We also have these 3 pieces. We have, this comes in a set, and these are gallery glass ornament surfaces, sun catchers with a suction cup that you can get. All right. And thank you for the thumbs up, guys. All right. So I'm going to show you how I do it on here, and I make them a little bit more elegant. So more elegant on here, a little country on here, but then I put treasure gold and stuff to make it really fancy too. All right. And I am not kidding you. Where's my pestle? All right. So I've gone through so many of my tools. Okay. There's 3 in a package. So they're really inexpensive. They're a little bit less than $2 a piece. So you can get oval, round, and hexagon. And those are the best gifts during the holidays, is to paint up a bunch of those. Oh, I was going to tell you, we were able to do these for about $1.30 a piece, the resin, to resin them all out of the package. So just to let you know, it does a bunch of them, but you have to have them all set up before you start. Okay, so I am getting my nativity. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is do the nativity because it's easier. So let me share that with you. And I am going to put this behind it so you see it. Okay, no, that's not going to work. Sorry, guys. I'll be right here with you. Okay, we are going to just put a gray behind it so you're able to see the white. All right. There you go. Okay. So it's come down a little bit more. I didn't prime it. I just painted it. I base coated it blue, and you can knock off the green with that. When the green raises, you just knock it off with a sanding block, and then it's smooth, ready to go. All right, that's what I'm saying. I do a whole bunch of blue at the same time. All right, so I just want you to see on the Mary and Joseph. This is this, and this is here. Okay. So I want you to see that. Let's move it over here a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So I decided where his head was going to go. All right. And that's, see, Mary is over here. So let's flip it. Okay. So Joseph is right here. So see, that's what you're going to see. All right. So it just helps you to go 1, 2, 3. All right. So you can put this first, but I like to cut up at the middle one first. And I lifted it higher. See, if you can see, I came up right in here, and I am going to take the white. Okay, so I'm going to get some white. I'm going to work it in with a stencil brush and work it off right here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this back and forth. Now, it's going to feel different on the plexiglass or glass, whatever you do it on. It's going to feel different than on the wood. Y'all see this? All right. So I can also tap it. There's 2 different ways you can do it. It's going to feel like on the wood, you might be fine with just going back and forth. But I'm tapping this to make sure that I get a good coat. Let's see, lift, and there we are. So I just need to see the separation. Don't forget to save a spot for the star. Oops. You learned that the hard way. Well, why didn't you tell me that a minute ago? We did this at convention. All right, so listen. I then came here and I fit the star right there. That's right. We need to, Actually, you could go over the star a little bit. It could be look like, but see how easy that is. Now then, see the glitter? So let me tell you the cool thing about stencil. If you come back at the end and you line that star back up and you put the gold on here through the stencil, it will be perfect. So you don't have to line it with your brush. And then you can dry that, put it right back over and spread with a palette knife, spread the glitter on it. Okay, so look what happens. So it's gold and then the glitter, and it's perfect. It's like the stencil did it. We didn't have to. All right, so this is important. This is why you need your heat pen. We've got those heat pens, and if you're a member, you get to get 20% off. Oops, wait. All right, so I'm going to come down. I forgot. I'm going to get some white, and what I decided to do was I wanted to come down and bring their gowns on this one down. Okay. So it's beveled on the edge, so you want to pull it up. Okay. All right. So what I want you to see, we can do it later, is this gives you the pattern for where the arm is, where the robe is for each part of this painting. So when I come back with the grays to get a little bit of detail, you have all the separations of the arm and everything. I needed to do this sooner because I don't want that ridge there, but I think when you put the glitter and all, you'll see that. All right, so let's heat it because you're going to put the other stencil right on top. And this is why I said go do white on like 6 of these at one time. And then when you come back, you'll be ready, especially like when you're doing the wise men. They take longer. So if you line up 6 at a time, you'll be happy. All right. So, okay, see that dries pretty fast. All right. Now, the next step is, see, we got the flesh and the hair to go on there. So I am going to come back here and put the baby. Where is this? All right. So we line it up. So where this is it's his neck. So line his neck up and her head up. And then everything else should kind of go into place. All right. See your head. Let's slide it down slightly. His neck. And there's the baby's head. Got to tip it over just a hair. And then I'm going to come in with flesh. This is called Cool Bisque. Multi-surface. It goes on these plexiglass or glass perfect. Okay. So this is the Cool Bisque is the flesh color. All right. My stencil brush has black. That's not working. All right. So I'm going to get another stencil brush that's not used. So that's why I'm saying you want to use the same stencil brush for 2 or 3 things so that you don't have to clean them so much. Or you can buy 2 sets. I'm wicked, aren't I? Okay, so let's thank you for being on today. It's nice to have an audience instead of just like at home, just filming for you guys. I like to have people on. You're enjoying the demonstration. Thank you. All right, so this is called Nativity Scenes. The nativity scenes and the nativity silhouettes are perfect for this holiday. So be sure you pick up yours. Okay, so see, there's your flesh. Now we can put in different colors with the stencil on, but when this is dry, it's kind of fun. You can just do it really quick. All right. So 2 ways you can go there, and let me show you. Let's put another little color out here while you're already there. I just kind of want you to see that you can add some fun detail to it right when you're there. So like we want a little bit of a cheek. And so you got to be careful because you don't want it to be super pink. And we don't have pink melon anymore. So I kind of looked at some of the shades. For instance, if I come here with a little bit of Pueblo, I know I definitely don't want that color. And then I'm going to put in like a coffee latte. Okay. And then the hair, her hair is going to be some yellow ochre, and his hair is going to be some brown. So you can also come in here with burnt sienna, because that's some of the colors you might see. All right, and burnt sienna is an acrylic color. It's not really, it's a matte. It looks like that. That's the original colors. Now, all right, so I'm going to, I still don't have brown. So let's get burnt umber. Okay, and did we have any more white? Yes, we got white there already. Okay, so let me show you what we're going to do. You tap it out so you can get there. Now let me show you, because this shows you two different versions so you can see it. All right, so let's put that stencil back on there and just kind of show you that I can, it dries pretty quick, all right? So I can be there while I'm doing the face. So line it up is the key. And so the hands are a little bit not exact, but then we're going to put the scarf over them, so it's good. So here's the flash again. So I can do a little bit more flash, but let me show you while I've got that flesh in there. Look, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to get a little bit of that flesh with Pueblo. Okay. And see, it gets a little pinkish. And then I put just a teeny bit where the cheek would be. On her side there, a little bit where his cheeks would be, and maybe even a little bit on his neck and a little bit on the baby. We just want a little bit while we've got that color. Okay, see just little bits of pink. I think I might need to go closer. Okay. And then I'm going to come with coffee latte around it. But see, it already has a little bit of pinky on there. All right. Now what's going to happen is we're going to do the staff and the hair. All right. But before I get too much of that, now I'm going to go ahead and do it. I can't remember if I did some gray now or if I waited, but I'm just going to go ahead and do some of the all three stencil steps. Okay, really quick, it puts it on there. Now I got to remind myself to do the gold star when I'm doing the hair, right? Because I'll have that on my brush. And so what's good about this is that I can come right here and line this up again. Oh, here. So there we are. So there's her hair. So I'm going to bring it down so her hair would fit right where the face is, right? So it covers some of the face, by the way. But, and then you make him right here. See, he's got to be covered, his face and her face and her neck. So you turn it, right? All right. And then the baby has a little bit of brown hair and the staff. All right. So I'm going to go back to the 16 that I was using. All right. And I'm going to do a little bit of gold because I just had those other colors on there. Okay. So we're going to come in here and put some yellow ochre right there. So I can put a little bit of white with the yellow ochre. I'm going to tap so it doesn't get into other areas, all right? Then I can do some yellow ochre here. Okay, so tap, tap, tap. It's a light tap, guys. Barely tap it. All right, so I'm going to rub that off. Then I'm going to pick up some brown right where that gold is. And I'm going to tap on Joseph and tap on baby Jesus. Little bit of brown. Okay, so let's do some more burnt umber, Joseph's beard. All right, And then we're going to tap, right? I went into white. That's bad. Okay. We're going to come right down along here for the staff. Okay, so sometimes I think to get it dark enough, sometimes you want to come back later and add more. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Can you see? All right, so now we're going to, what I tell you, take the star. I'm going to come right here. Okay, I'm going to rub that off because I went past the yellow ochre. Are you liking this? I run into some trouble lining up with the hair and the staff. No, I'm going to show you though. So what I just showed you with this is that if you make her match, if you make that plastic for the face went over the face, and if his face is in the proper place, then the hair of hers goes on to her her headpiece, and the baby and him are going to line up, and then the staff's just right there. Okay, so think about that when you're doing that. I can then come back, guys, and let's take a small brush. Also, make sure you heat this up really quick, because those are the things, if you're doing, like I said, 4 to 6 of these, all right, because that's going to rub off if you don't do it that way. All right, so then this is what I did. All right, I picked up, all right, this is quick if you look at it. I picked up yellow ochre with some white. Okay, and I streaked right in here on top of where the hair was. Okay. All right, now I can come in here with a teeny bit of burnt sienna, and you can use a 6. I'm using this big 8, but a 6 might be easier for you. Okay, but then what I want to do is I wanted to take floating medium. We don't have much room, so I'm just going to kind of go very lightly with the coffee latte, and their skin should just be a little warmer. All right, can you see that? The coffee latte. A little bit right around here. And then right under the neck. And right here's the neck, and right here's his neck. Okay, and then with the coffee latte, you're going to do her hand. And then right here. Am I close enough that you see it? Do coffee latte right here. Okay, and then baby Jesus. Okay, just a little warm. Just warms it just a little bit. All right. All right, so now what we're going to do is the white with some gray, and I haven't put gray out yet. So let's grab a little bit of gray. So the next thing I show you is how to do, sorry guys, where is my gray? I'm going to show you how to do the wise men, which they get a lot of fancier, brighter colors. But this one sells really well. The nativity family, the Holy Family. Okay, so I want you to see that I came around here with gray. I put white on the brush, and we're using white instead of floating medium because we need stronger paint there, right? All right, see, I got really dark on the gray here because I kept coming back. Okay, white and floaty medium. Now, so look at here. Here's Joseph. We're coming down. We're going to come across here. And then look right here. You're going to come right here around this hand and down here. Then come back and get some more gray. And we're going to come right, so right here when we come down. Okay, and then right here, you're going to go like this. All right. So those wrinkles in his robe. And then right in here, you're careful in there because I covered up his neck. So that's what I'm saying. Try using a 6. I don't know why I've got this big brush here. All right. So then I'm going to come around here and pull this all the way down. Okay. Now here's okay. So let's come around and do the baby, right? So we're going to come, he's swaddled right here. And then I'm going to curve this a little bit and put some wrinkles. See this teeny petite stuff? I have to be fresh to get these little details in. But if you stenciled everything and got it ready, then you're just sitting there doing all these little details. And some people really like small details. And that's why I'm saying, that's why I created this stencil. I'm like, I want this quick and easy, but I want to make these for all my 7 kids' Christmas tree. And I love for the kids to put them on the tree and remember the story. All right. So look, I'm coming here, and she's got also what he has, which is, let me see. Oh, yeah. It came around this side of her. Sorry. Right here. This is the sleeve. And it came back up, right? So the sleeve came around her hand and back down. And then you can see underneath. There we go. All right. So you can, some people did put details on the face. What did Lori do on that one I had here? Oh, look. So she did it real rustic, and everybody, everybody has their own thing. All right. So you guys just have fun with it. All right. And I can come back. I am definitely getting a smaller brush. Sorry. Where is my 6? All right, so look what happens here. I'm going to come in here a little bit and bring her hair back in here. There we go. A little bit. And you can also come in here and put a band on his head. I did come in here a little bit more and bring some darker brown around him. Can you see that? Just a little bit. And a little bit of his beard. And on the wise man, I did the beard a little rougher instead of just smooth. Okay. And I did come in here with a cane staff, and I did some streaks of brown. But this is a perfect time to add some gold in here if you want to. All right. Now, a little bit of hair on baby Jesus right in here. Just tap on it a little bit. And you could do a halo on there too. And the hand here, I didn't come around with the coffee latte. And that makes it look better. Okay, so put a little bit of dark right in here so her neck doesn't look so big. Okay. Now what I did on this, I didn't put the stencil back on the star here. You can see I tried freehanding it, but look how easy it goes on here when I just went right back over it. All right, so let's put some glitter. I gotta dry it really quick. So I have a packet that shows all the close-ups of this, but many of you wanted to see how do I line it up. So that's why I said I would be on today so that we can line it up and see if that helps you. All right. So where am I at? Oh, the star. So right here on the star, I'm going to line the star up. Now I put white first, then gold. Where's my palette knife? And now I'm going to come in here with the glitterific. Oops, almost dry. And I'm going to go right across here because this is starting to dry. And then I can scrape it off of the stencil itself. All right, and you can see because it was not, it's not still wet. It didn't go, it smeared a little bit. There you go. So just kind of wipe off that little bit because I was pushing it through. All right, so then what I want to do is I put some of that across Christ's head like it's a crown. I mean the halo. Right on his head. And then I took down here and I brushed it up. Let's see if I can get any more of that up. Let's see. You definitely don't want it to be all dried up like that. Okay, so I'm going to come right here and brush it right across here. When it's really wet, it's easy to bring it up here. See how I put it down there? There we go. All right. So there we go. Now on wood, it goes on a little bit. I mean, they're both not too hard, but I just want you to know on wood, it takes it in really quick. So see, I'm scraping my glitter off my stencil. And I put stars in a couple of the ornaments, but the wise men had too much going on. All right. So let's do our wise men ornament. All right. So what's going to happen is, am I not catching questions? Glitter was made for Christmas. Yes, very, very nice. Thank you. It took me a while, but I finally got most of the lines correct. This is what I was waiting for. Thank you, Dan. I like the details. Now you really want to do these. Yeah, I wanted you to see it's easier than you think. Okay. So one thing is, I don't know. I put this first, but because I needed to line up how these fit. Oops. See how they fit across here? And this is straight. I wanted to line this up so that the crown fits on top of the wood. And I'm coming over into, so everything fits, but see the wood's out there. You can see it, yeah. All right, so then I can take it off here. All right, so because there's so much detail and I don't want it to move, maybe we'll tape this down. Taping it up there, Donna's not going to work. All right. Let me just tape it here. Okay. Now, this is what's going to happen. I want you to see both things happening. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking, oh, his face right here has some of, okay, we're going to put some flesh in here. Now that flesh for all of them, since they were over in those countries, would not be a white tone. It would be a little tanner. So what I did was, those are cool bisque right there, cool bisque, and then right here. And you could use a stencil brush, but on this wood, it's really easy just to base coat it in. But be careful because it's going to bleed out. But I'm going to come in here with coffee latte now and just add a little bit of coffee latte. All right, that's when I say it's just a little tanner. And then when I do the cheeks on there, I'm just going to get a little bit of the bisque with Pueblo. And for a guy, you can just put a little bit of pink, which is Pueblo. I can't even talk. A little bit of Pueblo. Okay. And then their hands. So the hands are right here. I want you to see that in my packet, it shows you the hands are right this. It's the same packet. I mean, the packet does not have the full nativity silhouette. It has all these ornaments step by step. All right, so they really help a lot of people if you want to, because you'll probably be doing them over and over during the years. Okay, now where this crown is and any of the gold, you want yellow ochre. Okay, so I'm going to put yellow ochre in here. And that had a lot of water, which that was a bad idea, Donna. All right. Oops, did I move it? Okay, so I'm going to tap a little bit of yellow ochre. And I'm going to do the crown. I'm going to do the jewels, frankincense and myrrh. All right, here's another one. Can you see it? Just want y'all to see that. It's okay if you go over to the other part right here, because we are going to put other colors on top of that. Oops. All right, so then when that's all dry, we're going to put a metallic gold on there. All right, so some of this other, we are putting yellow. All right, because we're going to add some white to it, and it will help you because yellow is transparent. All right, come on. All right, but yellow ochre, you want darker of the colors that you're going to be using, like darker than, like if you had silver, you would want gray there, and then silver would go over it really nice. All right, so in here, this right here needs some white and yellow ochre. I mean, white and daffodil yellow. All right, so we're going to pull that in here. Oh, this is a red shirt right there. All right, so that's his cape, like with white and yellow. All right, then his cape has some yellow in here. And then it's going to have some red on top of some of this, but right in here is yellow. Okay, so this little piece here is red. All right. And so the yellow, and then you're going to see yellow in the crown some. All right, so the yellow's in here, and it's wood, so you can tap it or work it back and forth. All right, so he's got on his robe, it's white, and then we can come back in later So you really have to dry out these brushes in between. And I really probably should have put white first before I did yellow. You got to think it ahead sometime. Like, so white's going to go in here on his hat, which we haven't done yet, and on here because we're going to put purple on this, some neon purple. See what I said? The gold in here is okay. All right, so I want you to see how if you build it carefully, and some of these areas, like if you want it to really stand out, like I can put blue. I think that's the only place where there's white. Then I'm going to take a little bit of the blue, bring it in here. Okay. And, oh, darn it. See, that white wasn't, oh, I put the white on afterwards. Okay. So I'm going to pick up some more blue. And when I lift this up, I don't want that straight edge right here, right there. So I'm going to take the blue on out when I lift it up. All right, so we are pretty good here. All right, so then all we have to do is red. All right, so I'm going to take this color off again on a dry paper towel. And are you having fun yet? Is it too much detail? It's going to help you when you're doing it with me because you can freeze it and do this section I did and then come back and do the next section. Okay, I can't even talk here. Okay. Okay, so I'm taking off the blue and I'm grabbing some red. Okay, so the red is going to be right here on his neck. See right there? And across this part of his robe. And then I have the red right in here. Okay, so let's lift this. And then it's got all that steps that I don't want to have to do. Right? And they're all there ready for me. So we're going to come blue in here. Remember I said there was that section that's just straight, and we want to come right in here. Okay. All right, so that sucks up pretty fast. And all the final detail happens after we do that last step on here, which is the hair and all. All right. Okay, I'm just going to grab my treasure gold. Okay. And we are going to now bring the crown over, the headpiece and the beards. All right. I'm going to, let me one more time hit the, I'm going to come on with a paintbrush and go ahead and put some more yellow ochre in there, okay? Make sure there's no water in the brush. And then this is before I put the gold there. So just line it up. That's the most important thing. All right, so we've got these little guys here. This is the urn. Okay, and right there. And one more thing that you can do while you're right there is on some of this right here, I did come up with straight yellow ochre right in here. So see these? A little bit of yellow ochre on his robe. a little bit here, a little bit over the shoulder. So some of that's good to do while you're there. All right. See how much brighter they. Thank you for the lesson. I haven't tried the ornaments yet. This is so helpful. I thought it would be helpful. That's why when so many, I had probably 4 or 5 people request privately, and I'm like, okay. And then last night when I was doing my live, they were all asking. See how I keep moving this around? You don't want to blister the paint, but what's really good, I want y'all to see that even though it might look still wet, I want you to imagine knowing how to make stencils this detail. We worked hard on it. We worked hard to make the stencils. You know what? I painted it by drawing it and going, oh my goodness, this needs to have, just like I base coated it, like when I was freehand painting it, I'm like, oh, I want this to be in one of those stencils. And then we decided the hardest thing is I had Michelle do each one and then separate it and see if it'd go back on top. That was the tricky part because she knows how to take it in the computer and overlap my designs. Okay, so listen, if it blurs out like that, I'm just going to take the Prussian blue and come back and clean that up so that when the gold goes on it, you won't have a problem. All right. But a lot of that, guys, don't worry about it because when you start adding the floating, it's crazy easy how you don't see a lot of things that we pick on. All right, so 2 pieces. That was one. Excuse me. And then this was the second one. All right, this is a tricky one because even I went, okay, how in the heck? So see, you keep turning it, right? All right, so what you need to be thinking right now is that you're putting beards. All right, so this beard's going to overlap this guy, but his nose and all has to still be there. But to see, it's going to overlap a little bit over some of that stuff. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have right up here. All right, so that's where you're going to keep turning. All right, so this beard, all right, that means you won't see his face. So his face is supposed to be in that section. All right, so then you're going to turn his face up. See, make sure you have a face there. And the face, see, I can see the nose, so we're going to go over that section. And right here, the beard's going to grab his skin there. All right. Okay, let me show you now. All right, so almost, you have to, I'm going to take the brown and I'm going to grab some licorice because I almost had to put black to be able to see it. All right, so on here, his beard is going to cover that. And his beard's going to cover this. So it does overlap some. All right, and his beard's going to go there. All right, but I'd rather have something under it than not have it in the right spot. Okay, so I can do a little bit of the flesh in here so the beard shows, like or a little bit of coffee latte. Okay, I'm not going to look at that yet because now what I had to do for this to kind of show is like maybe do some flesh and white and just get this all in here for the hats. 1 hat, 2 hats. Does that help you see the hat? And then here's another one. This one was more white. Okay, I went right into the beard there. All right. So that's basically all I did, and I did the rest with the paintbrush. But you can use this and do it with this on top, but you need to let everything dry and then come back. All right, so there we go. All right, so they have these wicked noses on some of these. so I took the two flat, and one of the things I wanted to make sure. See, I'm off a little bit here on this beard, so I'm going to come right in here and bring this beard right up there and fill in here. So I could have turned that a little bit more because I took it down into here a little bit too much. All right, and so a little bit of that over here. Okay, and then a little bit in here. So I'm picking up burnt sienna. Look, under here is a little bit of mustache. Where's a little bit of licorice? See, I'm going to bring that up here a little bit. All right, and this I put right under the nose also. And right here. Now this is the only one, this guy. I came out here, I think it was this guy that I made the nose come out a little bit more. Right here. That's too much water in there, sorry. All right, so his nose came right in here, just ever so lightly. All right, so the key is you want to see each one of their noses. All right, see, that's what happened here. I just want you to see. See, I didn't tip that up enough to be under the crown, and then that meant his beard was down here too, Mark, because I tilted it that way. Make sure you tilt it the other way. All right, so that's, if that gave me a hard time, I want you to see that that's what you should be looking for. Okay. I haven't done it since convention, so that would have helped me. All right, so now what I'm going to do is, because I tipped that up, I'm going to bring the gold in here. It's an easy fix. This is yellow ochre. And then right in here where this comes, where his hand is. Okay, and this, you are going to see the lines from the stencil, but that's just so you know where to paint, right? So then I will put the gold on there later. But right now I'm going to grab this yellow, and I can use the two. Grab the yellow, and let's pull this around in here. Okay, and let's also put yellow ochre here because this top piece is going to be gold. Okay, and this blue is supposed to be here like that, but then I came with the red, and I did another coat of red. Okay, and a little bit of red here. And then there was red right here on his hat. I don't know if these are called crowns or not. But then on this guy, this whole guy here, this is all going to be red. And then I put some yellow on top of it. I hope you're having a good time with this. I'm going to put a little bit of cheeks, which would be red with the flesh, okay? Just a little bit. Just a little bit of a cheek. All right. Now I'm going to brush some yellow. I would probably use the 6, but I've got this 2 now. I'm going to brush some of this yellow up on the red hat. All right, see, it just gives you a little bit of color there. All right, and then there's a little bit of red here. And a little bit here. We're going to go back and forth. Okay. Now, I do have that beard down in there, so I don't know what that is. Anyway. So let's get a little bit of Prussian. And the Prussian is going to be right in here. See, some of this looks really good under here to give you depth. And it comes around here where that line was. And then we can take the Prussian up here a little bit and bring it in to his robe. All right. And this one, I'm going to put some white in it. Now, I'm going to get neon purple, but I put a teeny bit of some blue. So it's white with blue peacock. And I put a little bit of that in here. Oh, right on his face. Okay, a little bit in here. Get it off his beard. Okay, so now we're going to put some lavender in there. It's not lavender. I keep saying lavender. It is neon purple. Okay, because, you know, they have the purples, reds, greens. They have different colors. Make these your own. You can pick out your favorite colors and make that work. But what this neon purple does is it brings like royalty in here. And it's like yummy. Okay, so I did purple and then I came back with strokes of white. Okay, like I said, I had caffeine this morning. All right, so it's not funny. On TikTok, they go, oh my gosh, she shakes. So I shake so bad. That means I can still paint. Look how pretty hers is. I went, okay, I didn't want that compliment. But guess what, guys? The funny thing is, wasn't funny. There was 1,700 people liked it because they said same. Okay, so they must have really noticed. You think? All right, and then I put a little bit of neon. You can't blend it. You got to add it on top, right? So I came through there. Oh, now I'm going to brush up. Oh, thank you. There's my kiss tool. All right, I'm going to pick up, where's my 6? I had it right here. I'm going to do a little bit bigger one. All right, so what I want to do is let's pick up some white. And I want to brush the white up. Brush it up. All right, so you're going to repeat all of this on each one of them, okay? I did the 2 that I put a little bit more detail in. The other 2 are kind of simple compared. All right, I'm going to come right in here and do some white. See where the lines are? That's where I'm going to pull white. There, and the white kind of gives you life. See, it's kind of dull. And then you add the white. Okay, we put a little bit of white in here where the purple is. And I'm going to take the small 2. And I'm going to put some white in where the crown is, right here. Okay, this is a long time. I appreciate you all that have stayed on. This way it's all filmed and we can post it on my YouTube channel. And it will be under practice strokes. Okay, guys? Okay. There we go. And, oops, we need some more purple down here. This is neon purple. Gonna miss his nose. You see his nose? All right. And I did, just for detail, I came in here in a couple of places and put a teeny bit of licorice with a 2 script liner. But right now, okay, I got one more place that had gold because there's a right here is going to be gold on top of his hat. All right, and I'm going to put brown here. Okay. And then I'm going to put the metallic gold, and then you're going to see how much fun everything is at the very end. I love like showing you, wow, look at it now. Okay, so I'm going to touch this up because I got red here and there. Just clean up little bits, and we're ready. All right, so I can put the stencil back there, but I don't think I really need it. I'm just going to show you that I put little tassels and stuff with my liner, but let me put the gold here first. So the gold goes across the crown, and then I'm going to brush it up. And then this is the brass containers. And I kind of featured those a little bit with some licorice. All right, then his top of his hat. Okay, and this urn. So see, I'm coming around there. And the skin on the hand, I need to add a little bit of color. Okay, see the metallic on that? All right, all the stuff that some of you worried about, that's why I said don't worry about it, because by the time we come back in and put a little bit of white and a little bit of gold, that kind of disappears. All right, so now just a little bit of licorice with my liner. Okay, now I'm going to make it inky licorice. Roll your brush, get it really thin. Thank you so much for what you, thank you. Thank you, Lillian. Oh, I should have stopped and read. Yes, I've been here since 2, so I'm spending a long time on it, but I hope you guys like it. I didn't get glitterific dots on your website. Well, any glitterific do? Yeah, these are just, this is iridescent glitterific. Just pick out a color. All right. So there are so many coming out all the time. It's hard for us to just say, okay, we're going to have that. We had some, but I didn't see it there. See the detail around there. Okay, so this is inky. I'm going to have a little bit of detail along here. Okay, then I'm going to come right around here and come around here, there. Oh my gosh, this little stuff's really tedious with my hands. All right, a little bit here, there, right here. See the detail I put on there? Just by putting little black lines, and you can use your Identipen, but it's kind of rough on this wood. Like the paintbrush will get it smoother. I'm not going to do any detail on the hands. I'm just going to use the licorice to do it. All right, and then I came along here around his crown or his hat. Look, a little bit there. And, oh, there's a little white one there. Okay. All right, now look what I do right here. I did put, I know I had streaks in here. Oh, I already had those cut into the stencil, but I went ahead and put a few more. Okay. And then, now let me show you where the white goes. I think I did all those. Okay, so then I just take a little bit, same thing, we're going to pick up little bits of white and roll it in the brush. All right, and I'm going to come right along here and put a little bit of white, coming down And this white's going, this white just kind of lost its place. So sometimes we want to put a little bit back in there. And then right here, a couple little accents of white. Oh, I know what I told y'all right here. There's a jewel right there in the front of his head. There was a jewel. Okay. Now I am going to put little dots here along this red. And I made tassels. All right. So I made tassels with this little brush. And I kind of made them yellow. Okay. So right here, it's got to be kind of inky, and that's not doing too inky. I don't know, this brush is too big. We have some little liners that are smaller. But anyway, I did those little tassels, but this is not showing up as little as I want it to be. Okay, so now the fun part here is we are taking white with the Kiss tool. All right, that's the wipe away tool. All right, this is so inexpensive, this tool, and so wonderful. I know I've used a pencil and stuff before, but this is rubber. It's so cool. All right, so I'm going to touch the tips of all of these crown pieces. All right, it's got to be fresh paint. You can't use dried up paint. Now I want you to see that you're going to go dot, 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 dot. I can't see it, but you can see it in the camera because it's shiny too much. All right, dot, dot, dot. Dot, 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 dot. You see that? And that makes it look like it's got jewels in it. Then I'm going to put, look, I'm going to put some beads like coming down around his hand, his sleeve. And can you see more? And right on his headpiece, I did lots of little dots up here. All right. Because these are supposed to be fancy hats. All right. So just making a little bit of jewels up there. Then along here, as you go down, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. See that? I love that. All right. Then I started again here and put some more. And then in here, I did a big one going smaller. And I did another one up here going smaller. Like there's pretty jewels on. All right, then I did take some beads that went up around his hand too. All right, and then right in here. And in here. All right, oh, that's where I didn't put licorice. Where is that? I didn't put licorice. Okay, I lost it. Okay, guys. See that little detail? Where is it? Oh, right here in the robe a little bit, but I lost my liner there. Here's another one. Okay, so I thought I saw something else here, but then when I went to find it, I didn't see it. This one is the sleeve, and this one's sleeves all in there. Okay. There you go. But see the difference? That's with the splatter or fly specking, and that's without. So both of them look good, or you could fly spec the gold too. So did that help everybody? Better about painting the wise men? Yeah, the wise men, I'm just telling you, you got to do a few at a time, because when you do the red, you don't want to have to wash out every minute that you're doing something. Just make sure that you pick up the next and pick up the next. And well, it's all in your brush and you don't have to wash it out each time. So I'm going to put a black there. Okay. All right. Oh, right there needed gold, and the gold's gone here. And that was another jewel on the front of his hat. There you go. Okay. Now, I hope you have a wonderful weekend and a great Sabbath day, and enjoy painting if you get to paint. And I've enjoyed being with you. I hope you've enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye-bye.